Hey CrossFit Alpine, Coach Ian here and programmer. I'm doing this week's Chase the Stimulus. This is for the week of July 22nd, and the workout that I'm going to talk about is the one for Friday, July 26th. Let's get right at it. We have 5 90-second AMRAPs with 90 seconds rest in between, so we have that 1-to-1 work-rest ratio. So in those 90 seconds, you're going to do 30 seconds of max kettlebell goblet carry step-ups, and remainder of the 90 seconds is going to be kettlebell facing burpees. So you most likely will have 60 to 50 seconds to do that movement. RX weights for that goblet carry step-up is 53-35, RX plus is 70-53, and Masters 50 and above 45-25. These are all pounds, by the way, pounds. Something different we're doing this week. Not only is the weight for those step-ups heavier for RX Plus, but it's no longer going to be kettlebell-facing burpees. That is going to change to box-facing burpee box jump overs. You're going to see variations like this in the next coming weeks, especially as we go into the open season. Disclaimer, you must do the heavier weight and the new movement, or the new, in this case, the variation of the burpee, to get that RX Plus by your name on Wodify. All right? Can't choose one or the other. Have to have both. So once again, 5 sets, 90 seconds on, 90 seconds off, max goblet carry kettlebell step-ups, remainder of time, as many of that burpee variation that you are doing. So let's break it down even more. We have a 1-to-1 work-rest ratio. When I see something that's the 1-to-1, I automatically think, all right, I can't sprint this, all right? Because if it's truly a sprint, I need to have more rest than the time that I actually was working. So with this, I want everyone to attack this going at about 80 to 85%. The reason for this is during set number 1, that 85% or 80% is going to feel like, okay, I definitely held back. But to keep that number that you got that first set and still have that number on that 5th one, it's going to feel like 100% towards the end, which is what we want here. It's what we want. We do CrossFit because we're kind of nuts and we want to sweat and go through a little bit of quote-unquote pain. Goblet carry step-ups. This is something I have not programmed for you guys since I started programming beginning of the year. So with this, we're holding it just like so. We have that kettlebell just like so. What this does is it's actually compressing your chest a little bit and using your shoulders. So it's going to make you breathe a little bit heavier. When you're doing this, focus on your breathing just so you don't start to panic and your heart rate gets jacked up. With those kettlebell carry step-ups, really focus on keeping your midline nice and tight, squeezing your glutes, and letting your knee track your toes. Always want to move with that as perfect as form as possible, just so we prevent injuries from happening. With that, you're just doing 30 seconds, up, down, alternating those legs. Now, remainder of the 90 seconds, which is honestly, with transition, going to be about 50 seconds to 55 seconds. So you're going to do your burpee variation, whichever one you are choosing to do. With this, from the get-go, I would jump my burpees down and then step them up before I jump over my kettlebell or onto my box. Yes, that first and maybe second set, you're able to, jump up, jump over, jump back down, being nice and quick. But we have to remember, we don't just have 2 rounds. We have 5 of them. And to stay consistent, hold yourself back a little bit on these burpees in the sense of step them up. It's going to be a split second slower, maybe a whole second slower, but you're going to be consistent and there's not going to be that drop off. So to talk about what the workout is again, we have 5 sets of a 90 seconds on, 90 seconds off. 30 seconds of goblet carry step-ups, remainder of that time, as many burpees as you can get. How we're scoring this week is you're going to have 5 different scores. Each score is going to consist of how many goblet carry step-ups you got, plus however many burpees you got. So math here. I know some of us aren't great at math in general, and then when we have no air to our brain, it makes it a little bit harder. So grab a whiteboard, write it down, do the math when you're on the ground, and done after your 5th set. So that's what we got for this week for the Chase the Stimulus. I hope to see everyone on Friday. I most likely will be jumping into this workout Friday afternoon. So have a great week, everyone, and I will see you all Friday.